Malana had stared death in the face, but in the moment, even that seemed preferable to the monstrosity of silk and ruffles her mother held on display. Her mother's face was beaming with excitement, her expectant smile wide as she gave the pale pink fabric a little shake. "Well, what do you think?" Malana forced a smile to her face. "It's a lovely dress." A snort sounded to her left. "Yeah, if you want to look like a wedding cake with pink frosting. I hope your fiancé has a sweet tooth." She turned over her shoulder to stick her tongue out at her twin brother, Lane, who had sprawled sideways across a wide, cushioned chair. His long, spindly legs were thrown over one of the arms. "What?" he asked innocently, pulling his hands behind his head. "You know you were thinking it." She was, but she couldn't admit that in front of her mother. Elaine Vajakian was already deflating, her shoulders shrinking into themselves and her chin dropping along with her smile. She had been so proud that morning when she announced that she had found the perfect dress. It was the most life that Malana had seen in her mother's eyes since their father died. "You're a boy. You don't understand things like fashion." Malana gave her brother a wide-eyed, pointed look, jerking her head towards their mother. She then turned, her smile once again in place, to reassure Elaine. "The color is beautiful." Her mother perked up. "It will set off your complexion perfectly. We can't do anything about your hair." She pressed her lips together thoughtfully. "But as long as we keep it styled up, perhaps they won't notice. Really, darling, did you have to cut it quite so short? It must have only been a little longer than your brother's. I can't believe the headmistress at that finishing school allowed it, lice or no lice." Malana tucked a strand of her straight black hair behind her ear. After 6 months of growing it out from chin length, the ends were finally just long enough to brush the tops of her shoulders. "It was quite a severe outbreak. You look like your brother." She sent Lane a silent plea for help. "Because she knows that I'm the more attractive twin, and she wanted to know what it felt like," he contributed, puffing out his thin, weak chest. "It's hard to be forced to live in the shadow of all this beauty." "Not what I meant, Lane." Malana gave him a flat look. "Why are you here?" "To provide a man's perspective." She lifted an eyebrow. "And because I'm bored, and that dress is the most exciting thing that's come into this house since we had a skunk climb through the sitting room window." "I don't think I appreciate the fact that you're comparing the dress that I will be wearing to meet my fiancé for the first time to a skunk in the house." "It was a very exciting day. I've never seen Mother move so fast." Elaine flicked the side of his head. "I don't know what they taught you in the army, but I can see it wasn't tact." A flash of guilt lit his eyes as he rubbed his scalp. "You're right, Lana. As the voice of manly reason in the room, you'll look beautiful in anything, and your fiancé isn't going to care what you wear. Unless," he stretched the word out mischievously, "you choose to wear Ow!" His mother interrupted him by smacking the back of his head. He pouted dramatically. "Have some mercy on my delicate scalp." Malana smiled at him sweetly. "Maybe if you put your delicate brain under it to better use, she wouldn't have to." "You mean that as an insult, but my mind is delicate. Like lace, full of twists and turns so intricate you'll never be able to fully comprehend it." "And in between those twists and turns, it's full of holes." "The holier the lace, the more valuable." "Oh, did you somehow become a lace expert in the last few years while I was gone?" Lane held up his hand and began ticking off his fingers. "I've laced my boots, I've laced my shirt, I laced your coffee at breakfast." "You what?" Elaine gave a loud, long-suffering sigh. "Honestly, the worst thing your father ever did was dying and leaving me alone with the two of you. You're enough to try the patience of a priest." Lane beamed at her. "But you know you love me." She shook her head, a smile fighting to appear at the corners of her mouth. "I do." She draped the pink monstrosity over the door of Malana's wardrobe. "And it is only for that reason that I do not sell you to the next troupe of traveling minstrels that comes through town." "That would be illegal, my dearest mother,"